ill?
Hardly.
So how did you wind up here in Vespuccia?
I had a feeling you would be asking me that eventually. I can appreciate your curiosity, although it is painful to relate. But you may as well know. I had assembled Lieutenant General de la Vega and several of my men in Jicotea, a small village on the Loyola River. We were preparing an operation to liberate the nearby town of Caballo Viejo. The Spanish army had it under occupation for some weeks, seeking intelligence on our movements. But before we could act, they struck without warning, without mercy. They did not confine themselves to fighting armed revolutionary soldiers. Old men, women, children, all were valid targets in their eyes. All held collectively responsible for resisting imperial rule. Victory was out of the question. We were hopelessly outmatched. Many brave souls laid down their lives to allow innocents a chance for escape. As civilians fled the village, I led the retreat north with Lieutenant General de la Vega. We gathered what we could of our forces from other positions along the way. It was clear that the army would relentlessly target any village known to harbor revolutionary cells and administer the same treatment. I left Jicotea a smoking ruin. I could not allow that to happen again. Temporary exile was the only alternative.
Just how temporary has this exile been?
A little more than a month now. I find it not so easy to keep count of the days.
So, this revolution, what exactly is it you're fighting for?
What does any man who is oppressed fight for? Freedom. Simple as that. The imperial government has grown fat on the labor of the masses. They torture and imprison anyone who dares speak out against their abuses. My people and I are straining to throw off the yoke of colonialism.
We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley. Something I'd like to ask you. You seem quite well traveled. What's it like in a big city?
Well, everywhere's different. I've never been to El Presidio before.
It's big, but from what I hear, not as crowded as cities back east.
Doubt it's anything you can't handle. Stick with us and you'll be fine.
That is something of a comfort.
Good book?
I'm not much of a literary critic, but it helps pass the time. Danny told me you're a writer. Have you published any books?
Me? No, books are way beyond my reach. I stick to articles and essays, and have trouble enough with those.
You shouldn't underestimate yourself. It wouldn't surprise me to see a book with your name on the cover someday.
Well, that's kind of you to say. Guess we'll see.
Leger, get up here a minute, would you?
What's going on?
I don't much care for the looks of that sky.
No? Looks fine to me.
Give it half an hour and it won't. There's a dust storm coming. We need to seek shelter fast.
You can't just stop and wait it out on the wagon?
Even secured, there's a chance it could blow over. I'm not risking it. There's a house up ahead a ways. We'll stop and see if we can shelter there.
All right. I'll let the others know. Lola wasn't kidding about the storm picking up. Is someone living here? That sky is bad news. Hello? Anybody home? No answer. And wouldn't you know it, it's locked. Good thing I've got these lockpicks. Oh!
Can I help you with something?
My companions and I need a place to ride out the storm. We thought this house was abandoned.
Well, it's not. But how many are ye?
There's 6 of us. That's our wagon back there on the road.
Well then, go fetch 'em.
You're sure?
I won't have ye blow away on me porch. And you'll be keeping an old man company. So long as you're not bandits or thieves, are ye?
No, sir. We're fortune seekers. Of an honest sort.
Then we'll be getting along just fine. Now, get your folk in here quick, before we all get whisked to Kingdom Come.
Appreciate you letting us ride out the storm in here, sir. Mighty good of you.
Ah, of course. As I told your mate, I'm glad for the company. Welcome to me home. I'm Captain Philip Boylan.
Pleasure's all ours. I'm Jake Ackerman. And this is Miss Legere, Mr. Luo, Mr. Marquez, Ms. Redbird, and Miss Johnson.
Fine-looking crew, sure. And not to worry, there's plenty of space here. I've a spare room upstairs and a settee in the library.
So, Captain Boylan, would that be a sea captain?
Aye.
We're a long way from water. What brought you out here?
There'll be time for trading tales soon enough. For now, I'll be needing some assistance. I was about to start supper. Seeing as I'm setting extra places, I could use a couple more hands.
I'd be glad to help.
As would I.
Ah, grand.
Could you use another?
Sure. All right, shall we? The rest of ye, make yourselves at home. I'll sound the gong when supper's ready. Excellent work, galley crew. We'll be feasting within the hour.
You're fortunate to be so well provisioned. We recently visited a community that was having trouble with their crops, although Harley found a way to help.
So, Captain,
Aye?
what are we helping you prepare anyway?
I'll give you a clue. It's got potatoes in. But seriously, why ruin the mystique? You'll find out soon enough.
Captain, I was wondering,
Aye?
where did you get that gong?
Oh, that were a gift from an old friend who spent a few years sailing out of Shanghai. Is that from whereabouts ye hail yourself, Mr. Luo?
Me? Oh, no. That is, my parents came over from China, though I'm not sure where exactly. They never talk much about it. But my brother and I were both born in El Presidio.
Ah,
So have you ever been to China?
No. I hope to go someday, though. Maybe I can convince Jake to take his show overseas once this trip's over.
Maybe. Stranger things have happened. How come your parents didn't tell you where they came from?
They don't like talking about their old lives. I eventually gave up asking.
Such a shame. I never knew where my parents came from either.
well, the important thing is we're enjoying each other's company right here and now.
Right.
Well, this should be plenty, thank ye. Why not go rest up? I'll sound the gong when supper's ready.
That was lovely. What an interesting life he's led.
I bet he's got as many stories as Jake. Now, speaking of which, I better go find him.
I'm going to look in the library. See you at dinner.
Painting of a harbor. I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. An impressive weapon. That probably goes to a closet or a basement or something. Locked. If I had to guess, I'd say this came from someplace in Africa. A seaside landscape. I'm detecting a theme. Captain Boylan sure has gotten around.
It seems the good captain is an avid reader.
No kidding. These shelves are full of ship's logbooks. Captain Boylan had a long career. We're in the middle of the desert, but it feels like we could be at sea. That's a nice instrument.
Isn't she? Very finely crafted. I wonder how the captain came by her.
Nautical adventures, war stories, medieval romances, and frontier tales. The label says Barbados rum. A poker for stoking the fire. A gentum jug.
Say that 5 times fast.
Such an intricate design.
Must have taken ages to carve.
I'm no expert, but it looks old, foreign, and valuable. Some kind of navigational instrument. I haven't a clue how it works. Atlases, travelogues, and naval histories. Classical dialogues, poetry, and natural philosophy. Who's that?
Palace, I believe.
The plaque says the Corunna. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little model sailor that looks kind of like Captain Boylan. The port of Gascon, if I'm not mistaken. Been years since I've seen it. A plain old sea chest. I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway. It doesn't do much for me. Wasted no time making yourself comfortable, I see.
My back's been acting up lately, you know? Truth is, it's been a while since I was out on the road like this, camping with only a bedroll every night. Guess I got used to inns and soft mattresses, and there's a decent bed in the show wagon. Now, it ain't like I've gone soft or nothing, just, you know, showing my old bones some love.
Nice to be able to freshen up. Ah. Storm's still going.
I'm glad we found a safe place to stay.
Evocative scene.
Don't stare at that painting too long or you'll get seasick.
Speaking from experience.
Let's just say I'm glad it's on the wall behind me. Hey now, don't go snooping around in there. We don't want to get on our host's bad side.
Miss Johnson, there you are.
Yep,
Can you see anything through that spyglass?
just the wagon. Wanted to make sure it's standing up to the storm.
And is it?
Seems to be. Excuse me, won't you?
I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway. It's empty. A musty-smelling mess of laundry. Captain Boylan was quite dashing in his youth. I can just make out the wagon through the dust. At least it hasn't blown away. Hey, I've seen this sort of thing before. I believe it's called scrimshaw. It's been carved with a whale design. It's got an old sailing ship on it. It's got a seabird on it, a pelican, I think. Someone carved a lighthouse onto this. A ship in a dense fog. This is the water closet.
Miss Leger, Eager for your supper?
Just looking around.
I'll sound the gong when it's ready. I can't remember the last time this table was so full. How are ye finding the fare?
Not bad.
Most satisfactory.
The very soul of rustic simplicity. Quite simple and, unadorned.
And no adornment needed. My compliments to the kitchen. But then I'm not exactly impartial.
In any case, it's been a real pleasure having a proper meal at a table.
Been roughing it then?
And how? A campfire don't compare to this.
Where are ye folks headed?
El Presidio.
Ah, I used to sail out of there.
Have you by chance heard of Dr. Bennett Clark?
I can't say the name rings a bell. Is he a friend of yours?
No, he's really of no relevance. Can't imagine why Miss Legere would bring him up. You said you sailed from El Presidio, Captain Boylan?
Aye, for many a year. I used to captain a whaler.
No kidding. You must have some stories.
A fair few. I could tell ye about the largest beast we ever snared. The one what took me leg.
Go on then, tell us.
It was back in 25. We was circling a lagoon off the coast of New Spain. We were on the point of giving up, when suddenly, a great monster breaches off the port bow. She was the biggest I'd ever seen. I shouted the order to launch the whaleboats in pursuit. Me men put all their backs and all their hearts into rowing, and soon we was on her. All around, the water was churning white with foam. The beast surfaced again so close, we nearly capsized. But the harpooner had steady legs, and a steadier aim on him, and he struck true. Then the battle began. Oh, how she thrashed and reared. Somehow, the rope got wrapped round me leg and pulled and tore almost clean through. I thought I was a goner for sure, but it wasn't over yet. At last, the beast tired out. We hauled her in just as it was getting dark. Cutting her up was no easy job. She was 50 foot if she was an inch. Got a good sum for all that oil and blubber. But it wasn't only the whale went under the knife that night. Doc cut me up too. Taking care of what little was left of me leg by that point. Saved me life.
Quite a tale.
That poor creature.
I doubt you'd feel that way if you met one yourself, Missy.
How about we just finish our dinner? If anybody has an appetite left after that story.
Aye, fair enough. No, that was a fine meal. And a fine meal should be followed by some fine rum and conversation. Would ye care to join me in the library?
That sounds like a perfect way to pass the evening.
I'm going to retire. Sounds like the storm's died down, so I'm bunking in the wagon.
You sure that's a good idea, Miss Johnson?
I'm sure. See y'all bright and early.
Harley, a word?
What is it?
Captain Boylan's a friendly feller, but you were a mite loose-lipped at dinner, if I may say. We don't need every Tom, Dick, and Harry knowing about our search for Clark's money.
Suppose I was. It won't happen again.
Glad we're on the same page. Now let's go join the party.
Sure you won't have some rum, Miss Redbird?
I'm sure. Thank you.
And for you, Miss Leger.
Don't mind if I do.
A toast to new friends.
Cheers! Damn, where'd you say this stuff came from?
A gift from an old friend in Barbados. Best rum in the world, in my opinion. Got plenty more in me cellar. You're welcome to it. Now then, Mr. Marquez, I had a question for ye.
I may have an answer.
Am I mistaken, or are ye of the new Spanish persuasion?
I am, yes.
Ha ha ha! Grand! I'd like ye to have this. She belonged to an old friend of mine. New Spanish, like yourself. He used to play the most beautiful music. He left her to me when he died, but I always felt she should return to her proper home, as it were.
I am honored.
Suppose I ought to have asked if you play.
In fact, I do. A little bit, anyway.
Go on, then. Give us a song.
Very well, but let me tune her first. That should do. Now, let's see if I remember.
Goodness, that was beautiful. Where did you learn that?
Thank you, Harley. I had a tutor as a child. My father insisted I learn to play something, so I chose the guitar.
Well, ain't you just full of surprises?
I think this calls for another round.
Hear, hear.
It's been a grand evening. But this old salt needs his beauty sleep. Stay up late as ye like. All I ask is ye not disturb me in me quarters. I'm not a light sleeper, but I can be a right bastard when startled.
I promise we'll steer clear and tiptoe quieter than the angels. Good night, Captain.
See ye all in the morning.
Don't know about you folks, but I ain't ready to bed down just yet.
Yes, the night is still young.
Let's say we have a couple more rounds.
And the rum's all gone, though.
Captain Boylan said he had more in the cellar.
I'll just go fetch a bottle or two. Oh, bad news. Cellar's locked.
Oh, chingada.
Guess the party's over, then?
Not necessarily. Harley, would you be so kind as to apply your skills to our little problem?
Sure, I can get that door open. I've still got my lockpicks, so it'll be a cinch.
Atta girl. Let us know when you done it.
Locked. The dinner gong. Can't imagine it gets much use. I shouldn't be snooping around. Not without a good reason, anyway. Full of matches. Don't mind if I do. It's empty. Well stocked, but not with anything I need. This door goes into the captain's quarters. Better not. Don't want to risk waking him. They're right over Captain Boylan's head. I can't reach for them without disturbing him. This could be useful. Got it. Jake? Phil? I got it.
Nice work, Harley. Now let's go get that rum.
I cannot see a thing down here.
How about we light that wall lamp?
Much better.
Now, about that rum.
What was that?
Sounded like the captain's voice. Come on. You heard it too, huh?
Yes, it came from upstairs, I think.
It sounded like Captain Boylan, but aren't his quarters on this floor?
I thought the same.
Perhaps we should go see if he's all right.
Yep, you and Miss Redbird check the spare room, Danny and I'll check the bedroom. Harley, you look in the captain's quarters. We ain't got time to lose.
Odd. Captain Boylan's not here. Where could he have gone? Can't really see anything in here. Hang on. What's this? There's a small switch in the back. Well, I'll be damned. Captain! You're still breathing, thank God. Hang on, I'll get help.
He appears to be fine physically, but he seems to be in some sort of trance.
A trance? How do you mean?
His eyes are open, but he's not really awake. He's gone within himself. I've seen people do this voluntarily, to meditate or relive certain memories, but Captain Boylan seems trapped.
Is there anything we can do?
I'm not entirely sure. Did he say anything when you found him, Harley?
Not a word.
I'm at a loss. Something brought this on, but what?
Could it have something to do with this room? If he went to the trouble of building a secret passage, it must have some significance to him.
That's a very good point. I would say this place is a sanctuary.
But from what? The man lives alone in the desert already. What's he need a secret sanctuary for?
Look, on the wall there.
It's a sketch of Captain Boylan with 5 other men. His crew, maybe? There's a signature. A. Cranach.
Cranach! God forgive me.
Captain, can you hear me?
The dome? The dome!
What doom? What do you mean?
I came from nowhere. I ought to have taken heed. I ought to have let it take me.
Captain? Captain? He's unresponsive again.
This is all so strange. I wish we knew what was going on.
I think I have an idea.
Yes?
That chair, the way it's positioned, facing that sketch, this room being hidden, I think something happened to those men. Something bad. And I think the captain blames himself for it. He probably comes in here to punish himself.
Oh, how you figure that?
Because, well, call it a hunch.
I don't know. Seems kind of far-fetched, don't it?
Not entirely. I've read some of the new theories about the study of the mind. A particularly traumatic event may have shaken Captain Boylan's sanity.
So, he has gone mad?
Yes, but he may not be beyond help. We could try to reach him. I could try a form of hypnosis.
Oh, sure. That's where you get him to cluck like a chicken, right?
Not at all. It means he would be calmed and put into a receptive state. Then we could speak directly with his unconscious mind. But to have the best chance, we would have to recreate the environment he's experiencing as accurately as possible.
Recreate the environment? Just how do you propose we do that?
We must each take on a role.
Oh, you mean like play acting?
Something like that. If we can each convincingly assume the identities of the men in that sketch, the captain may feel they are truly here with him. His fantasy will become clear, and we'll be able to guide him through and out of it.
Sounds just crazy enough to work.
But we know nothing about these men, aside from what they look like.
Which means we need to find out more. The more details we have, the better.
Then let's put this show together. Harley, you're good at finding things. See if Captain Boylan had a diary or something.
All right, I'm on it.